What's up, fam? Welcome to another episode of L.U.S.T. Let Us Speak Truth. I am your host, Nick. And today we got the infamous DJ cut creator in the building. Woo, woo.
Woo, woo, woo.
Thank you. Appreciate being here.
Thank you.
A legend.
We definitely, yes, a legend in the building. We got several questions for you, but the first question I want to ask you is basically, tell us about your journey. How did you start DJing?
It's a long journey. It actually started, it really started playing. My father was a famous, he was a famous band leader. He was a band leader for Wilson Pickett, Sam and Dave, worked with the old Isley Brothers. So it started with my dad. So my dad was a saxophonist, and I started playing trombone. A lot of people didn't know that. I played trombone, baritone. I tried tuba, but you know, in the 70s, that wasn't sexy. You know, we started getting into, because I'm a funk head. I love funk. Ohio Players, Slave. I'm a funk head. Like I love like the Lakeside, all the brothers from Ohio. You know, I just love it, you know.
In Ohio.
Yeah. And Dayton, the Dayton area. Matter of fact, me and Little Fred from Lakeside were roommates on the road.
Wow.
Lakeside was actually an L.L.'s band at one point. So me and Fred were roommates. So to make a long story short, you know, horns, you know, the late 70s, horns weren't the sexy instrument. You know what I mean? Couldn't play guitar or nothing like that. Or I could play drums. I did play drums too. But, you know, this thing of hip hop came. I mean, this thing of DJing and hip hop came. This wave just came, and it's like, wow. And I knew music because I'm a music geek, you know?
Right.
So that's how I became that. But see, I had to balance a lot out. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know that I was a New York City wrestling champ, New York State runner-up. I wrestled Olympic gold medalist. A lot of people don't know that.
Wow.
That I was not to toot my own horn. I was a beast in that wrestling game.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know. Even LL, if you read his books and stuff, he'll tell you about how I went to Syracuse and all that, college and stuff like that. So that's how my journey became. But reality is this: there was no money. It's not like baseball or basketball or football. There was no money in it. So it's like, okay, I got this new kid, you know, I'm DJing and stuff. Met this new kid, he got a deal. I'm cutting a lot of stuff out, but I could do this or do this. I really didn't want to do, I mean, because when I went up to Syracuse, dude, and I'm not trying to be racial by anything, there was some white boys with next biggest tree trunks out there. And I'm like, whoa. They come in there with the overalls on. I'm like,
Right.
and I was no punk. Don't get me wrong, I was no punk. But they was like on some other
corn-fed.
Yeah, corn-fed.
Them
you know,
farm
like
boys from Nebraska.
Iowa or somewhere. Like, I'm like,
yeah, them boys from Nebraska. That's right.
Yeah, we got a lot of those around here.
Yeah. So that's how that happened. And when I kind of dropped out, I didn't drop out of school. I went to City College and started getting back to DJ. Russell Simmons was doing parties. Curtis Blow was doing parties. And I started doing block parties back in my neighborhood. And that's when I met a young man by the name of James Todd Smith, who you guys know as LL Cool J.
Right.
So that's pretty much how that came about.
Wow. And your original DJ name was
Cool J.
Cool J?
Everybody, originally my name was Cool J.
Wow.
My first name is J-A-Y, legally.
Yeah.
And what happened, if you ever read LO's book, he'll tell you the story. The first DJ that he had was a guy by the name of Cut Creator. I'm not the original. I'm not the original to a point from day one. From day one, after day one, I took over that name.
Gotcha.
The guy, he was a good guy by the name of Philip, but what happened with him was he, in front of crowds, he would get nervous.
Mm-hmm.
He would get nervous. He didn't have that. Where me, I'm just like elementary, you know.
Right.
And that's how that really became about. But I respect for him. You know, it's the same thing with the Spinderella
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
situation.
Yes.
You know,
Gotcha. Yeah, I
so
remember
you
that.
know, everybody thought it was like a Run DMC situation. No, it was LL Cool J, and he said, "Yo, you take the name Cut Creator," and we roll with it. And that's how that happened.
Yeah.
And that was in 1984.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
How did you and LL Cool J, how did you guys meet?
He lived he lived about 4 blocks from me.
Mm-hmm.
He was a young kid. Like I said, I used to do the block parties, and I had a crew. I had crews. I used to do a lot of battling, and he always wanted to rap. And I'm like, man, get the hell out of here. And
Right.
he was very eager, very hyper, and he always wanted to rap. And that's how that really became about. I let him rap, and like me and my boys were like, whoa, this kid is good. So his mom, his mom and his grandmother also always told me, man, can you please watch? He was the only child.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't know, he was one of those kids that didn't know how to deal with certain people in certain ways. Like he would talk slick to the biggest drug dealer in Queens, right? I'm like, yo, and I have to grab him by the back of the thing, like, yo, dude, do you know what you're doing right now? And I have to explain it to him like a bro, and that's pretty much how I had to literally lead him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when some of the other homies wanted to like slap him up, I'm like, nah, come on, man, because I grew up with these cats. I have a rapport of,
Yeah.
It's probably probably just like y'all, even though we doing our own thing, they are still our neighborhood brothers and sisters that we have to kind of like
put your arms around.
Yeah.
Respect.
So same thing with LL. LL was like so hyper. Yeah, man. I'm like, dude, are you crazy? Are you crazy right now?
Right.
And he'll tell you, I used to save him out of so many situations. So many situations.
Wow.
Yeah. That's nice, man. That right there, your story, I grew up in Ohio. So I grew up in Dayton, Ohio. I spent a lot of summers in Dayton, Ohio. And as a kid, I heard these funk groups and these bands. And, I went to the outside jams or the bands in the park and all that. So I saw a lot of these bands growing up. I knew about records, and I started collecting records early. And from that, I kind of pieced it together because my father was a lover of, vinyl and records and things like that. But so to hear, the Bootsy Collins, the Rogers, the whole nine, all the funk bands, I didn't know no better. I didn't realize that they were, stars. I just knew the sound and that I liked it, and it was a thing in Ohio. But when I came back to Kansas City, it was more of a blues. Kansas City is known for its blues. And so I would hear the blues and the blues and the blues and the blues, but I got more into, that same thing. Like you said, as I got older, it was hip hop. So I transitioned from that.
Can I ask you, you're from Kansas City?
Yeah, I'm from Kansas City.
It's funny because I played Kansas City not too long ago.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say it's been a little bit. Kansas City is one of the hardest places I ever played DJing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we would agree with that. Yeah.
Can you say that again? Say that again.
But why was that? Why was that?
I don't know. It was weird because I'm playing all the hits, and they wouldn't move. So one of the brothers that was a DJ, he said, "Here's a thumb drive. It's 25 songs," and they actually lined up EPM wise, and I just played them, and they thought I was the best thing in like sliced bread. I'm like, what the hell? I did not know one song because
Who was the
certain
DJ?
cities, huh?
Who was the DJ?
Don't give me the lie.
Yeah.
Don't give me the lie. But I know it'll come to me. It'll come to
All
me.
right.
You know him.
And-
You know him. He's still playing out there. It'll come to me.
It's tough, man. Kansas City and Cutthroat knows he's on here too. He knows, DJing in Kansas City is rough, man. If you can DJ in Kansas City, you can DJ anywhere. I live in San Diego.
It was hard.
Now.
And
I
I mean,
live in San Diego now. Yeah.
I was happy. I mean, true story. I'm happy as a pig in slop because when I played there, the Super Bowl was in Miami. So I got that money. Then I flew quick fast over here, get this money. So I'm just like, I'm happy. And I played the theater. It was a theater on the corner with the big marquee. I'll never forget
Midland
the
Theater.
Midlands, the Midlands Theater.
Really?
Yep.
And it was cool, my man, I don't want to put his name out there, but he was big out there, and he came, and my man Darrell Woods and a bunch of folks came out there, and the guys I'm talking about. But it was hard because certain cities follow certain patterns. Like they were telling me Kansas City kind of fell behind Dallas. They kind of listened to that, but that didn't happen.
No.
You know what I mean? Certain cities like, believe it or not, Houston follows Houston and Louisiana.
Yeah, that makes
musically. Austin, Texas follows a little bit of all that. Dallas doesn't follow that much. You know what I mean? So, and that's another thing where I try to educate DJs. I'm like, like when I go there, they'll say, "Why you see it so early?" Because I want to hear what's going on. Because I'm a learner.
That's right.
I need to learn. I need to hear what's going on.
Right.
A lot of youngsters don't do that. But we went left field. But
I got a question.
Speak your truth. Keep going.
yeah,
I got a question for you.
yes, sir.
So nowadays, a lot of people talk about their top rappers and top performers and all that, right? I'm 52 years old, and I came up during the Fresh Fest areas, right?
Mhm.
And seeing LL Cool J at the second concert I ever been to in my life, the stage show, the way you guys put those things together, you know what I mean? I'm 52 years old, but I can remember back when I was 14, and this giant boom box came out of the ceiling, and it landed on the stage, right? His hit single was Radio. The tape deck opens up, and he's just standing there doing the b-boy stance, right? And that part of the stage set up. And the second album, Bigger and Deffer, you know what I mean? I Need Love was the #1 song. He brings this bed out. He's grinding on the bed and doing all that. He's singing I Feel Good About Candy, throwing candy out into the crowd. So my question to you is, how did you guys come up with these shows, showmanship, that separates you from the rappers of today? Because the rappers of today don't understand that. They don't understand putting on a show that's rehearsed, that's put together, that people will remember for 30 or 40 years later. That's what I want to do for me.
That's a great question. One of the things, we had mentors. We had Grandmaster Flash, we had Curtis Blow, we had Houdini, we had Run DMC, we had the Fat Boys. We had those, and on it, believe it or not, that Fresh Fest tour was so competitive. It was so competitive, like Houdini will bust your ass in Memphis.
Man,
They were
Grandmaster D.
straight up bust your ass in Memphis. We said, well, okay, we're gonna get y'all in Philly tomorrow. Or, we're gonna get y'all next week in Kansas City. Or we're gonna wait till we get to LA. But we were competitive, and you learn from each other. I remember the first time LL saw Grandmaster Flash and him, he was wearing them boots, man, like them. I'm like, dude, yo, what are we wearing? What is this? You remember how
those leather outfits that they used to wear?
Yeah, I think he wore them boots one time, and they stayed in his grandmother's basement for years. He bought them boots, like them high boots, almost to the knee.
Yeah.
the Rick James boys.
Because Russell, I think Russell went to him and said, "Yo, you're hip hop. You're not like them." If you know Russell, he talks very fast.
Yeah.
And that was the situation, man. LL tried to be like them, had the gray leather jacket. I never forget the gray boots. We're in a place called the Encore, And I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you wearing, dude? And Russell Simmons said the same thing. So that was.
So did you guys come together for the concept though, for the stage
Oh yeah,
show?
yeah.
You know, to come up and sit down and say, okay, this is what
You
we're
know
going
what? I don't consider myself flashiest. I don't consider myself the best DJ, but I will consider myself the best musical director in hip hop history.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big difference. I don't, you got the jazzy jazz, you got a bunch of jazz, you got a bunch of, legends, but I consider myself the best musical director.
So when you would go through the tracks that you were going to be played through in the concert, and when you think about the song, you think about what concept are you going to use for that particular song? Is that how you came up with those ideas?
A lot of times it starts in a room. It'll start in a room. We'll just sit there and groove. And L.O., remember, he'll sit there with me. He's like, well, because I gotta rap this shit. I gotta, transition.
Right.
Yeah.
So you gotta think of him. So if you want to do 2 verses of this, 1 verse of this, remember he has to do those songs.
Mhm.
So you got to make it easy for him too, and not to burn himself out.
Yeah.
And then you have to balance the show. Like, to be honest, I don't. The recipe for a good show: hit him in the beginning, hit him in the end.
Mm-hmm.
You can do like the slow stuff in the middle. You can make.
And back then it seemed like it was a lot about crowd participation as well.
Oh yeah, and theatrics. Theatrics is crazy. Like right now, the last show I played, well, not the last show. Last couple of shows I played with him, I was doing everything, mixing videos and everything, all doing once. And everybody, how do you do this? I had 3-4 setups. If something went down here, they you like flawless, because I know how hype. Number one, I know how hyper he is.
Mm-hmm.
And number 2, I know I don't like fuck ups. Excuse my language.
Real talk.
Speak your truth. Speak your truth.
I don't like messing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how that came about. I always protect yourself. In fact, even right now, DJing, they'll tell you like, cut, you got 2 or 3 computers with you and 2 hard drives. I'm like, yo, people pay me. I want my computer, my crash. Nah, dude, I can't do that because I want to come back. I want to keep making money.
Yeah, I learned my lesson on that one.
Yeah.
So well rehearsed for the shows, right?
Exactly. Very.
And
It
shows.
Sometimes we used to rehearse. I remember one time we rehearsed. Shit, we were doing like 8 hours a day for a month straight rehearsal.
Wow. Ooh. And it shows. It shows in the way the shows were back then and the shows are now for the hip hop.
It was just like a job. 8 hours. You 4 hours, take a lunch, 4 hours.
Yeah.
Ooh,
okay. So I
ahead,
have a question for you. Within doing all the shows that you did, Fresh Fest and all the things like that, was there ever a time that you just used pre-recorded sets?
In a latter part, yes.
Yeah.
Pre-recorded sets. Part
yeah.
It made it easy, but still.
Exactly.
I had what's called an instant rate play. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah.
And I would have the sets, but even though I had the sets, I had everything broken down. I had all the songs still broken down.
Yes.
Bits and pieces. So if something happens, things happen beyond our control. Power, lightning, a bunch of stuff. Things happen beyond our control.
Right. So
you have to be prepared. And you have to know your equipment and know your artists and know the artists you're working with.
Right.
Yeah.
I know I can look at LL like 1, 2, 3, 4. Just by eye contact, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I might do something like this. And he be like, okay, 1, 2, 3. They call me Big Ellie. That means head sprung.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's it's how you work with your artists.
Right. And the reason why I asked that is because I've seen other artists in concert and they have pre-recorded sets. And just as you said, sound goes off, or the sound guy didn't bring it in the right moment. And it shows in that show, you know, when the audience sees them doing one thing, but the sound is something else.
Mhm.
And that can ruin the show for you. So if you have a pre-recorded set, you have to be, like you said, right on time, even though it's pre-recorded. You
Mhm.
got to be right on time, man. And I've just seen it happen. So that's why I asked the question.
I learned from, I call the greatest DJ of all time, my friend, rest in peace, Jam Master Jay. That's who I
Yes.
learned from.
Rest in
Man,
peace.
Say it again.
my
Jay,
favorite.
One more
Jay
time.
wasn't, I always say Jay wasn't the flashiest dude. He wasn't flamboyant dude, but he was the best at what he did.
Yeah.
Mm.
And people don't understand when he wasn't like Jazzy Jeff or
No.
but the things that he did, the crispness and everything he did was everything. I mean, I cannot thank him enough for helping me doing the Raising Hell tours and all that. I mean, and you know, the funny part is I sit here and listen to things about him, and it really hurts me because he was one of the nicest guys you ever want to meet.
Yes.
Ever. If you had an opportunity, one of the purest soul.
Yeah.
Mm.
And me and him used to go at it because we used to actually play basketball and everything together. He would talk, but he was the nicest brothers, one of the purest brothers I ever met.
Yeah.
Now it seemed like Jam Master Jay kind of had a signature scratch. Did the DJs back in that day, did they have their signature scratch, and did other DJs use those same scratches, or did everybody come up with their unique scratch that they were known for?
Yeah, I follow Jay. But Jay, that chop was crisp.
Yeah.
Run.
Man.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
that's a G. That's a G.
That crispness in that
God.
chop,
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yes.
that chop was amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't know Miss Tanya Stone face there, but you know what we're talking about. But that chop is just so crisp and clean. And if you're a DJ, you know what it's really about. It was so crisp. And if you remember the movie Crush Groove, when run.
Yes.
That cleanness, that was almost like a sample. It was so clean. And he was doing that on turntables.
Yes.
Right.
Wow.
You know.
What do you think
Now-
is the most important skill for a DJ?
Now, let me explain this. The different types of DJs.
Yes.
We're all not wrapped up in one.
That is
It's
true.
not, you know, you got show DJs, you got flamboyant DJs, you got, you know, show club DJs, you got a bunch of DJs. So it depends what type of DJ. Yeah, battle DJs. This is the problem I have.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard people talk, well, you know, cut Jazzy Jeff, Crash Money. Okay. They're good. They're great. Amazing. I love them. They're good friends of mine. But come into a club or a performance, I'll bust their ass. I will bust your ass.
Yeah.
Now, they might bust my ass in their department. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a
right.
Hubert and all that. Hubert can play with me in a club. Now, he'll out scratch me.
Yeah.
You know,
that's it.
Scratch
You,
DJ.
you understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
There's
That's it.
certain areas that it's like a baseball team. Everybody has a position,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and believe it or not, I play more positions than all of them. But see, I'm not one-dimensional. I played against I played with some of the best DJs in the
Right.
world. And half of them, I'm not going to put myself in a situation to be in a bad situation. You know what I mean? To look
Right.
bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm playing with so and so. What are we playing? What are we playing? We're playing a nightclub. 2,000
Right.
people. Okay. So you don't put yourself in that situation. I'm not gonna be at at my age right now. I'm not gonna be scratching, man. I don't have it like that no more.
Yeah.
What makes
Now-
you more unique than the other DJs? Because I grew up on you.
What makes me more unique, and I gotta give when I say to all them DJs, I gotta give my man Bobcat
Mhm.
a bunch of praise, man.
Bobcat.
That's my little brother, and I got to give him a bunch of praise. A lot of people don't give him his props.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give him his flowers. That's
Yeah.
one of the. And if you want to go at it, there was a situation in 1988 where they already planned Bobcat versus Jazzy Jeff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That they already planned that whole, and then you had other cats like Pooh and Joe Cooley. You had a bunch.
Yeah.
It was sick.
West.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say this: what makes me, I'm sorry, exact words that your question.
What makes you a more unique DJ?
What makes you more
Because
unique?
first of all, I started out as a fan, and I
Mhm.
felt, and then after that, a student,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and then I know my music. I'm not one dimensional.
Mhm.
Nice.
It's a bunch of things, really, but you just can't be. Oh, I'm a scratch in my bedroom 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, and then try to go to a club or try to go to a mixed club or even a white club and try to play. I remember, I never forget, I was with a young brother in Austin, Texas, and I just asked him, how many songs you got in your drive?
Mhm.
He told me, I kid you not, he said he had 670 songs. I said, 670 songs? I got that in miscellaneous music.
Yeah.
I'm at over 1 million in songs. He said, what do you have? I said, I have rock, I have country, I have everything. He said, why would you need that? I said, because I don't know what I'm going to play. I don't know who's going to be in that audience. I might play Bob Seger, Old Time Rock and Roll.
Yeah.
Because I might have the goddamn CEO of Apple in there.
Yes.
He might have wanted, dude. I need to be on top of my game.
Yeah.
Now,
Really
as a,
understand. Hey,
as a
hold on, I got a
DJ
question for you, Tony.
okay,
I'm a little like you because I played trombone, I played the baritone. I actually made it to the tuba myself. So how does classical music that we grew up playing transition to how you DJ, also how you produce the music? Because I know they go hand in hand, because there's certain things that we know because we played music and we understand that this is in 4/4, this is in 3/4, you know what I'm saying? And this is, it just, how did it merge and help you when you actually became a DJ?
Well, it's about partying. It's about grooves. It's about just having, like, prime example. And I don't, I'm not going to knock him. That was his style. But a lot of people followed the Kid Capri situation. And that's Kid does his thing. Don't get me wrong. One of my favorite DJs.
Mhm.
But I'm not Kid Capri. I got to play songs at least to the second verse, second hook. 2 verses, 2 hooks at least. Because the people I play for normally are 35, 40 and over.
Mhm.
That's right.
So I remember with me and my man Mixmaster Mitch, we were all on Tom Jones. I play Tom Jones cruise every year. And this lady was like, yo, who are y'all? Y'all DJs, right? You wasn't that damn DJ that played that song last night for 20 seconds. She said, this is a true story. She said, this nice looking man asked me to dance. I was waiting for him all day. And the DJ put a song on and took it off within 20 seconds.
Mm.
Yes.
That's a true story.
Yeah.
I believe
the
it.
song, I think it was Frankie Beverly, Before I Let Go.
Yeah.
She said, I'm like, you gotta let it marinate. You gotta
Right.
let it marinate. You just can't take that stuff off that quick. You know what I mean? You just, and that's Kid Capri. That night wasn't Kid Capri, I'm sorry. But Kid Capri has his own style. And I think one of the best DJs for his energy, as far as energy out there. You know, his energy is amazing. But that doesn't, you know, for me personally, you know, my energy and my style, hey, I play with them too, you know. And that's just no disrespect for nobody.
Right, right.
I'm just saying different styles are for different people.
Yeah.
And
You can collab with somebody who would be the person you'd want to collab with.
What do you mean collab as far as?
Either another DJ or to
I'll tell you
do
one
an
of my
actual
best,
show.
and I'll send y'all the link.
Mhm.
The best thing I ever did and the best fun I've ever had, I was on Tom Joyner and I did Let Me Clear My Throat with DJ Cool. I did the scratch. I have it on video.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to do that, mock that, and I mocked it live with him.
Yeah.
So
That's
that was one of
nice.
the best things I've ever did, you know. But if I had to do something now,
Mhm.
I would want to do something with
It could be a group or anybody. If you wanted to DJ,
to be honest with you,
Mhm.
really,
Mhm.
I would like to do some with LL. One of the some of the old shit that we used to do
Mm. Yes.
with scratching, and you've never, maybe at least 20 years, haven't heard the scratching with the rapping at the same time. I'm not talking about just a beat. I'm just talking
Right.
about when, you know, bringing it down and all that. It would probably be with LL.
Mm.
It probably be
Okay.
with LL.
I have a question for you. Kind of turn the page a little bit.
Mhm.
A lot has been said about the Wiz Khalifa incident.
Mm.
I got one,
I watched
3 DJs.
Yeah, I watched the video. Okay, I watched the video and I saw what happened.
Mm.
But then Cutthroat gave me something from someone who was there and witnessed the incident, and they said that it wasn't exactly what the video said. It was multiple mistakes by the promoter as well as those people around the DJ. But tell me, you know, how do you feel about that? Because I'm gonna give you my perspective, but I want to know yours.
All right, let's go this way. Since you brought it that way, since you brought it your way, I'm gonna say it. Then that's the case. I fought Wiz Khalifa or his promoter or his manager to do it the way that he wanted to do it.
Mhm.
You know, I'll go that way for that.
Yeah.
If you got to remember, a lot of these club DJs are not experienced, are not composed, and not
Truth.
cool. They don't know
Yeah.
how, you know, some of them know how to deal with pressure.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it right for him to bash that dude or the dudes like that either. But if I'm promoting LL Cool J, LL is going to bring me or bring whoever he's got comfortable to play his music the way he wants to play it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
Real talk.
that's the way it should have been. But on the flip side, dude, if you're $1.50, man, not even $1.50, $1.10, and you're talking reckless to me, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close my laptop. It's like, yo, I don't care how much security. First of all, I haven't played a Wiz Khalifa song since Black and Yellow.
Yeah. Real talk.
Hey, cuz,
That was 8 years ago.
Hey,
Real
cuz
talk.
me and
8
Greg
years
had the
ago.
same conversation earlier. I said the exact same thing. I'm like, I can't let him get that off. You ain't knocking off my hat. You're not doing that. You know,
dude, no.
can't
No,
go that
dude,
way.
dude.
Man. You gotta
You
respect the
first
DJ.
of all, and I fought the club too. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you won't let his little security, how much security he really got, dog?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Come on, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm a grown ass man.
Mhm.
So I know he wouldn't do me like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But,
Yeah, he
but
felt
I
like he
say
get that
I
one.
say that this. I wish him the best, man. But dude, you're not that dude. You're not the dude. You know who to do it to, because I'm looking at you brothers here. We all grown ass goddamn men.
Yeah.
You're not gonna disrespect me. Not like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I would have a problem with the club. Where's the club security?
Right.
Because if he's doing that and his security, I seen one little dude. I'm sitting there like, I'm not trying to fight. I only got let me tell y'all something. I got about a minute and a half of fighting.
Hello.
If that.
Hello.
If that.
Hello.
I'm old, bro. I'm old. I got
Hello.
and then after that minute and a half, it's a situation I gotta walk away or do something that can alter my life. So I don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't get into confrontations like that.
Yeah.
You know,
From-
and that's just real talk.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what we want. The truth, man. Your truth. And the way I feel about it is this. If it was me, I would have handled it, similar situation. I would have unplugged. And you know, first of all, they said that it was, you know, some mic play involved before that incident where some other people were speaking on the mic and interrupting the songs and things like that. Well, I would have shut that other mic off, first off, because if Wiz Khalifa is supposed to be the featured performer, that's the only mic that's going to be playing.
Right.
Anything after that is going to be shut off.
Mhm.
Right.
Then, if I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do and you disrespect me like that,
Mm.
two things going to have to happen. Either
Right.
I'm going to have to walk off the stage and leave, or I'm going to give you the business before I walk off the stage and leave.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You
Oh
know,
yeah.
And that's just
I mean,
simple.
and it's no disrespect to anybody. It's like I say to say this. I'm non-confrontational. I don't like violence. I don't really been there, did that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But even at my age right now, you don't want nothing, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to put myself in a situation. I'm not going to put myself in a situation to be in trouble legal, and I can't afford lawyers and shit like that no more.
Yeah.
It is expensive, man.
Right. Right.
Do you know who? I don't have 10,000 for a retainer, 100,000 for a retainer. The lawyer, I'm not going to do that. No, okay, you got the win, bro. right.
Mhm.
Man, but you know, I
You
think
got
the
the win.
biggest thing is just that as a DJ, and you know, like I know, we don't have a ton of people in our space when we're
Mhm.
trying to do our thing. So for the DJ to let the host or promoter and then 3 or 4 other people be in that space at the same time is just absurd to me. Because when I'm doing my thing, I do my thing, and I don't need nobody else's help because I got what I'm doing.
Okay, can I interject what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I got a problem too. I got a problem with not what you said. I'm agreeing with something you're saying. I got a problem with the whole DJing situation where everybody thinks it's easy and we ain't shit.
Mm.
Okay, I bust my ass for
Yes.
fucking
Yes.
40 something years.
Yes.
I carry crates of records. Now
Yes.
everybody wants to make it shit easy.
Speak your truth.
Everybody wants to make this shit like it's real fucking easy. No, it's not easy.
Nah, that is.
Mm-mm.
You know, I carry crates. I study music. I study bars. I study everything. You know, okay, Serato and Virtual DJ and all the other they're great. Shit, at my age right now, I don't want to carry no fucking crates of records. But
Right.
but you're gonna respect me for my knowledge. I remember playing, and I'm not gonna tell you the name, a hip hop legend.
Mhm.
I was at CRAA weekend, and we were at the Blake Hotel. The Blake Hotel had a convention center attached to the hotel. True story. They were like, "Cut, you're gonna open up for so and so." I'm like, "Whoa, you sure about that?" Now the place, it was 4,000 people, 3 ballrooms. You had a New York ballroom, a main ballroom, and a DC ballroom.
Mhm.
So I'm in the main ballroom with this one artist that became a DJ.
Mhm.
I told the phone, I said, "Mike," I said, "Are you sure you want to do this, bro?" So me, with an attitude,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the extra
Right.
You know, I'm gonna make this banana pudding good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that extra flavor, make that shit. 3 or 4 songs in, she went from 2,000 people to 200 people in about 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
The promoter was like, "Yo, can you go back on?" Nope.
Mm.
You
Yep.
paid her that much money.
Mm-hmm.
You paid her that much fucking money.
Yes.
Give me
that's
some
right.
of that money, bro.
That's right.
I'm not
That's
doing
right.
it. And that promoter is one of my, one of the greatest promoters I've ever played for.
Yeah.
But this is business now.
Yeah.
You
When
paid
you
her
bring it
that
in-
much fucking money, almost 10 times more than you paid me.
Yeah.
Mm.
No.
Yeah. When you
Everybody
bring in
can't DJ.
the Miley Cyrus and the Paris Hiltons and the, to DJ.
You know the funny part about Paris Hilton? You know
Yeah.
she has a DJ that plays under the table.
Yeah.
She has a DJ that plays under the table that puts the mixes on. Paris Hilton can't fuck. She dumb as dishwater.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's dumb as dishwater. That's disrespectful to the culture.
It is.
Now, let me ask you this. I've asked some DJs this question before, but you are the ideal DJ to ask this question to. Back in the days, DJs were a part of groups. Somehow we got away from that, because just what you're talking about right now, that whole issue wouldn't even be into play if every rapper had their own DJ. Like back in the days, it was Run DMC Jam Master Day, it was Houdini Grandmaster D, it was yourself, Cut Creator, and Bobcat with LL Cool J. And I've asked other DJs, but never a DJ like yourself that actually a part of a group as a DJ. How do we get away from DJs being part of the group? Because that would avoid that whole situation that we're just talking about right now. If we actually had a performer that had their own personal DJ that knew exactly, just like what you were talking about before, that you and LL had that contact and you guys knew how to work things and everything moves smooth like that. But when you're coming on with somebody that don't even know you and they're trying to DJ, those are the type of problems you have. So where did we get away from DJs being part of the group?
You really? You want the real truth? I think
Yes.
greed and control.
Wow.
Yeah.
Greed
I
and
agree.
control.
Wow.
Because
Why
it
would I
was
share? Why would I share with this guy here? And it's about me.
Yeah.
When the whole thing about DJing in hip hop started with the DJ.
That's right.
Man,
I was getting ready to
The
say
heart.
that.
It all started with the DJ.
the heart. The heart.
That was the heart of it, man. I mean, fuck graffiti and fuck all that shit. Hip hop started with the DJ. People would go into the parks and shit, hear the music. They wasn't going to the park to see a motherfucker draw on the wall.
Right.
Group.
Exactly.
Grandmaster Fast and Furious 5.
Well, let me ask you one.
Okay, first time. Go on. Let's go.
Okay, Tanya.
I was like, I don't know anything about the DJ world, yada 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 yada. But if you would say, or you can take the fifth, who would you say needs to give up the DJ hat and retire? Who would you say?
Yeah, well, go ahead and answer that one. Cut.
That's political right there. That's political.
You can take the fifth.
No, give me 5 seconds.
Okay.
Who out of DJing? 90% of the celebrity DJs.
Good answer.
90% of the celebrity DJs need to fucking quit it.
Yeah. Why not 100? Why not 100?
No. Because you got a guy like Idris Elba. I play with it. He's a good DJ. He's a fucking DJ. He was a DJ before he was an actor.
So you can't put him in that category then.
You can't put him in that category.
Yeah, he was a real
He was
DJ.
actually, Idris Elba was a good DJ.
When you talk about celebrities, you're absolutely right. These celebrities should not be coming in there, getting that money, and trying to make it seem like DJing is easy. And it's not.
The sad part with it, they don't want to pay me.
They don't want to pay a real DJ. They want to pay. They're paying for the name and all that other stuff.
If you want that person to host, Miss Tanya, let him host. Don't
Right.
do. First of all, I don't need nobody on the microphone when I play.
Mm.
Because I use DJing as serving dinner. I got 6 people right here, 5 people, 6 people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serving y'all dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing my meal the way I want to do my meal. I'm going to serve you. Or cutthroat, you might be vegan or whatever, but I'm serving you how I want to serve you. And you're going to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I don't need nobody. Big shout out to Pookie and Nuck them and da 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 da. They singing over the hooks. If a female is singing, fine, fine, fine. Yo, I want to hear the female sing. I don't want a fucking nigga singing that shit on my shit.
Right.
Or on the hooks, delivering my shit because I'm serving you in the way I want to serve you.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'm very serious about this because I don't know how Greg, Cutthroat, Tony, I don't know how y'all DJ, but I know you have a plan. And as a DJ, you have this. You want to deliver this. And this is the fucking part I don't like about these fucking DJs now. I'm sorry to cuss because it pisses me off.
No. Speak your truth.
This is what we do.
I'm delivering what I want to deliver. You're fucking up my delivery, and then people will say I'm fucked up. They're not gonna say the MC was fucked up. They're gonna say, "Oh, the DJ was fucked up."
Yeah, the DJ's fucked up.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's where I'm coming from. I don't give a fuck, man. Yo, do what you do. You're fucking up my shit to get a come up again.
Yeah,
these rappers trying to get another come up.
Yeah, I did an event last year, and medium-sized event, couple thousand people. Actually, it was 2 days, couple thousand people the first day. More the second day. But what happened was, before I did that event, people were asking me, "Well, who's going to MC it?" And I looked at them like they was crazy. What do you mean, who's going to MC it? I'm going to DJ it. I don't need an MC. I can do my thing by myself. And they witnessed me do it, and they was like, "Oh, okay." But the question, just even bringing that question to me, man, I'm a creator. I make things happen. I read the crowd. I do the things I'm supposed to do. I don't need an MC. If there's an MC there, fine, but I don't need that. I let the music do the talking.
Right.
So to be a devil's advocate here, we talk about master of ceremony from the original days of hip hop, cut creator. What would be your definition of that then? If a person said they're MC, a master of ceremony.
Well, the thing is, the music will speak for itself.
Yeah.
Good music will speak for itself.
Yeah.
The MC, all he really needs to do is enhance the next song. So if I there's a brother, he just passed away last year. I worked for him with Tom Jones on Mixed Master Mage for 18 years. He knew if I went like this, Vigor, a little scratch, it meant 1, 2, 3, 4. So he knows I'm gonna deliver the next song, which is a hit. And and that's why we used to get the ooh, the ahs, because he knew, cut creator, put it in the mix, and you deliver it. It's a way to do it. A lot of these motherfuckers don't understand this shit, man. I'm sorry to cuss because now
keep cussing, speak your truth.
Now because I get pissed with this. I created a lot of shit, and I don't like. I promise I did a party 2 weeks ago in Orlando, a double 60th birthday party. They said, "Well, this is your MC." I'm like, "Oh, really?" And the stuff that she was talking about, it was more about her. It wasn't about the party. It wasn't enhancing the music. You enhance the music. You enhance the party. That's all you need to do.
Yes.
You don't need to do nothing else. You don't need to do nothing else.
Got away from that.
Got
away from that, yeah.
it's like putting decorations on a fucking goddamn table. We're gonna eat anyway, damn way.
That's right.
We're gonna eat
Speak
anyway.
that. Speak
eat.
that.
We're gonna eat anyway. But you put a little decorations, okay, but make the decorations meaningful.
Mhm.
Right.
That's the way the game is to me. Everybody's trying to get a come up. There's only a few, maybe one or two guys I've heard that I would really like to rock with. But for the most part, dude, half of you motherfuckers are talking about bullshit. You're talking about shit, yo, they talking about Miss old girl's hat and shit, or
Right.
or they talking about that don't mean nothing about the party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back in the day, stuff, the rappers and the, like with the DJs, it meant something. It wasn't about booty, money, girls. It wasn't about none of that.
Throw your hands in the air. Wave
Yeah.
'em like you just don't care. If you're happy or sad or something, somebody say, "Oh yeah," you know.
Now-
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was.
The
Now,
music
speak to
ain't, the
the-
music ain't what it ain't like it used to be. And I think Cutter say the same thing. Back in the day, we used to vibe to music. We used to vibe to it. Nowadays, they want to side to side and and all that
Well,
other
they
stuff.
want to
They don't
twerk.
party like we used to party.
Pork.
Well, real talk. First of all, you got people that don't even dance. That's number one.
Mhm.
Woo!
So if you're not dancing, your DJ is not like whatever. They ain't
Hard to do
dancing.
your
I
job
put
when
a
ain't nobody
pre-mix, yeah.
dancing.
And then you got technology
Mm.
that makes it easy. So you got guys that want to, guys or females that just want to be turned in the game. They want to be like, okay, well, I'll DJ for $150. Dude, I'm not DJing for $150.
Mm.
I've been there. I did that shit in 1970 something, 77, 78, 79. I'm not DJing for $150.
Say it
Now,
again.
now
Come on,
speak to
man.
the speak to the
Speak to
skill
the-
set of having the DJ back in 70 something and 80 something when the needles weren't made for scratching. The record players that you had weren't made for scratching. So to have the skill to scratch and do what you did at that time, not having the equipment that you needed, like speak to the skill set level that people have now versus what you had to have back then.
Well, my first set of needles were a needle called Pickering.
Mm.
Pickering was, I think, let's think, Pickering got bought out by Shure. Got Shure, but we used to have to put a penny or a dime or a nickel, depending on your hand. Now I got big hands, so I would have to put like a quarter on mine
Mm.
because I had big hands. You know what I mean? So I had big hands. My first was Technique 210, 210s.
Wow.
They cost back then. They probably cost about $59, $69. But you talking about shit, 79? That shit was a lot of money back then, bro.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of money, man. Me and my brother and a crew, we had to split that shit. Like $40, $50 each.
That's a lot of
money, man.
Yeah.
I didn't get 1200s till I was with LL in 85.
So you were making these needles and these turntables do things that they weren't meant. Like now they're made for scratching. They're made for. You were making the needles and the turntables do things that they weren't meant to do back then. So the skill set level that you had to have back then, compare that to what these new DJs are doing now.
Well, I mean, it's almost a gift. It's almost a gift. It's a free gift.
Mhm.
Mm.
Because even things like felt pads and stuff like that. What do you call them? What do you call them? Butter rugs?
Butter rugs.
Butter rugs and shit.
Butter
like that.
rugs.
Fuck that. It was like spraying. What do we do? Spray woolite or something on these pieces of paper. I mean, on fabric and put to make it slide.
Wow.
I think woolite. Was that woolite? I'm old, but I ain't that. Yeah. I think it was woolite.
Look, butter rugs.
So
Butter
they
rugs,
wouldn't
yeah,
even.
that's butter rugs.
So a lot of new DJs probably wouldn't even have the skills to even use the equipment that you had back in the 70s and early 80s. Basically.
Nope.
No,
Nope,
I
I
had
don't.
my
I
first
don't.
mixer was a Radio Shack,
Yeah.
something,
Realistic.
and then we did GLI. I think GLI was a big mix. Was a well,
Wow.
Realistic. That realistic mixer from
yeah,
Radio
realistic from Radio Shack. Yes.
Yeah.
If you had, do you still have a lot of vinyl?
No, but this is a funny part. This is a funny situation. It's not funny. I don't have a lot of vinyl. I lost a lot in a fire. Then some got stolen. But I have a friend of mine, a sister. Her brother was a big time DJ in Jersey.
Mhm.
And this dude, if God is my witness, had 150 crates of records. And the records were in immaculate condition. As a DJ, let me tell you, Greg cut, they're still in the inner sleeves.
Wow.
When records are still in the inner sleeves, would not, I guess he just would play them. He wasn't like a DJ. I don't know what the fuck, but she has 150 crates and she was like, "Cut, can you help me sell these?" And I'm sitting there like, damn, I'm not in a position because I would buy them motherfuckers myself.
I wish I would have known you then. DJ Greg.
No, they're still available.
Oh yeah.
You need to hit me up.
We gonna talk
because
about that.
No,
DJ
it's
Greg has-
150. Me and my boy Dollar Bill from Chicago, we were like, yo, what the hell? I just don't have the space because when you see that many records, you have to have, you're not moving. You have to be idolized and stay. You have to have a house. Like you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
Right.
we're gonna have to talk about that.
I
Because
mean, it's
a
still
collector.
available. It's still available.
You need to send me.
She
You need to
had-
message me.
When I say this, she had old MPC, Akai MP, what do you call it? Akai MPCs and all that shit. She had all that. He was a real, but I think he made mixtapes more than anything. He didn't really, he wasn't like a DJ, but he had 150.
Well, I'll tell you this.
I'm
DJ
gonna send you the link. I'm gonna send you the link when
send
we
that
were
to
in
me.
the iPod. Because
Send
we
that
were
to
like,
me.
whoa. He was from Jersey, man. He had house and I mean, some of the albums, no disrespect, and I couldn't tell her that. I'm like, some of the albums were classic albums. I'm sitting like a Prince Purple Rain album. In immaculate condition with no scratching, nothing on it.
Look.
Let me tell you something, Greg.
He's
he
a
had nothing.
collector. He's a
But it was
collector.
nothing like that. Nothing like that. I'm telling you, it was like
He got
these
the
records were in
1983 joint.
immaculate condition. And she wanted like, can we do it at a auction or something? I'm like, I don't know how to deal with that. I didn't know how to deal with it, but she still got it. Still got it to the day.
Call me. Because Greg is a collector. He has over 10,000 records.
When I say this is 150
Call me.
crates in immaculate condition.
Yes.
As a
Greg,
DJ,
you want to get on the plane.
Drive.
no,
Oh,
you would need a
God.
fucking U-Haul truck.
I
And
would drive in my
you would need
truck.
a U-Haul truck and a bunch of Mexicans to help you with this shit. Because I'm telling you, bro.
Well, he's in San Diego. There's definitely a bunch of both.
Greg,
You ain't lying.
Hold time. Greg, you in San Diego?
I'm
Yes.
in San Diego.
I'm
I
playing out
moved to
there.
San Diego.
My man T-Bone and Jay Bud.
That's our boys.
You know them?
Yes.
Those are my
I
boys.
met them when I moved out here. They was some of the first people I met when I moved to San Diego 3 years ago.
Oh, Jay, they slept on my couch, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was out there with I did the Legion with them.
Yeah.
I did the Legion with them, man. I had a good time.
310. Wow.
I got in contact with you from T-Bone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, I call him Reverend Deacon Dr. Freak.
Boogie, woogie, woogie.
Dr.
Woogie,
Freedom.
T-Bone.
Woogie woogie.
Yeah, that's
Oh
my
my
dude. That's
gosh.
my best friends, man. He good dude. Me and him went on Tom Joyner together, man. And we did about 3 cruises together. But
Yeah.
that nigga,
Good dude.
but that nigga, he be having fun.
He cool people.
Hey, we'll talk about that all off air.
Yes.
Yeah. He
All
good
right,
people,
all right,
man.
all right.
So aside from DJing, what do you do? Oh, I'm sorry, Tanya. Go ahead.
Tanya ain't speaking.
Yeah, okay. You have a twang. Are you from New York?
I'm from New York, born and raised, Queens, New York.
Okay, I can tell.
Mhm.
That was her hey boo. No, I'm just kidding.
And that right there lets you know she's not a hip hop head.
Tanya, where you from? Where you from, Tanya?
Kansas City.
Oh, shit, okay. My baby mama from Kansas. Oh, Lord, Jesus.
You want to bring that up? I wasn't gonna bring that up. I wasn't gonna do it. I was not
Oh,
gonna
so
do
you
it.
know that shit, right?
Yes,
you
I
know
do.
a little story.
Yes, I do. I wasn't gonna bring that up.
So you know my boy, Daryl,
Yeah.
Marcus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are my people, man. Those are my people.
Yeah.
What are you saying? I'm sorry.
Aside from DJing, what are you doing now today?
Well, I'm doing my podcast, A DJ's World.
Mhm.
And I'm doing a couple of things, vlogs with DJs like this. This is why this is important to me,
Mhm.
because I love to hear DJ stories, what's going on, what can we better,
Mhm.
like prime example, the Wiz Khalifa situation. So these are important to me. So, but my podcast, I'm all over the world. I'm still playing places. And last week I was in Orlando, and this week I'm off. And then I got like
I'm glad you're like surprised.
Dallas.
Like I'm off.
Yeah, I got Dallas and Dallas. What I got? Dallas, San Antonio, and so I got like 3 spots.
Mhm.
Drop your booking info. If somebody sees this and they want to book you, they want to get you got any info to give them?
It's really easy. Go to my website, djcutcreator.com.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay.
Yeah,
There it
it's
is there.
real easy.
And your
There it is
social
there.
media sites, all your like go ahead. and-
DJ what is Instagram is DJ Cut Creator. What the hell is my website? Damn, my stuff. It's so much because
I'm gonna
I
post
like
it on
that.
there. I'm gonna post
no,
it on there.
it's Instagram is DJ Cut Creator 111.
Okay.
And then my Facebook is DJ Cut Creator.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I'm doing everything. Dude, I'll do a bar mitzvah. It's the price is right. Dude, I'm with it. I'll do a kick them out the house party, y'all ladies. If you got to kick them out the house party, I'll do that too if the price is right.
Yes.
I heard that.
That's
Royalty
nice.
right there. The legend.
Legendary.
But you know what? I want to thank y'all. I want to thank y'all because people like y'all keeping it real.
Yes.
It's keeping it real and humble. So I thank y'all.
Thank you. We
Yeah,
appreciate
brother, we
you.
appreciate you.
Mhm.
Thank you for
Definitely
paving the way
appreciate
for like I'm young. I'm the youngest in the crew right now, and I'm in my 40s. But I grew up listening to some of the stuff that you used to do. You know what I'm saying? And just getting that perspective from the OGs, as I always say, is much appreciated because we can only go as far as you brought us, and as far as guys like me are going to take us. So I appreciate the guys that came before me, and I appreciate what you do. So much love to you, brother.
Much love to
Right.
y'all. But the thing is too, man, people try to weed us out. The business tries to weed us out as being old people. No, I'm not old.
No.
Because my age right now is 20 years younger. I still love to party. I go out. I get my drink on. I do my same thing. I don't know how about y'all, but I still do my thing.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make me old. I still love the party. I just don't like the party with that bullshit.
Hello.
I like
Hello.
the party
Yes.
with some real shit. You know, I like to meet a nice woman and dance with her. I can't dance, but I like to meet a woman and dance with her. You know,
You can shuffle.
yeah, that two-step. You know what I
Keep it
mean?
right here. Just keep it right here.
That's
Just
right.
two-step.
Exactly. Buy her a drink and she'll appreciate the drink.
Absolutely.
Grown folks business.
Grown
Yeah.
folk business. I like different types of music. I like blues. I like soul, Southern soul. I like all that. But see,
Sir Charles.
that's another problem, and we can go to another part too.
Yes, we could definitely do a part
Respect-
2.
Respect music. Respect our
Mhm.
music.
Thank
I've
you.
had people tell me, "You gonna play this old shit all night?"
Mm.
Wow.
I've had it.
Wow.
I've had it
That's
done.
crazy.
I show him. I'm gonna play it all night long. You gonna have to listen to
Exactly.
it.
You
Yeah,
know,
but we ain't gonna hang up from here. But I'm gonna stop recording. I love y'all. Subscribe to L.U.S.T. Let Us Speak Truth on YouTube, and we out of here. One love.
Right.
peace. I love y'all, man.